Las Vegas rocks all around the clock. Las Vegas rocks, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks all around the clock, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks.
Las Vegas rocks.
It's the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, the show before the show. Join us for a fast-paced hour of celebrity interviews and entertainment news. And now, here's Ron.
Well, Las Vegas rocks.
And welcome to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett. Join me and co-host Tom Hillary this evening as we welcome our great guests. What a lineup we have for you. Carpenters tribute artist Sally Olson. Hi, Sally. You're on Facebook Live.
Hello there.
Opera great, now jazz great, the very gorgeous, lovely Rose Kingsley.
Hey.
Rose has got a lot to tell us today. We're going to go to outer space with Rose today. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. The world's largest one-man band. There he is, sitting right over there, Bert Lynch.
Hello there, my friend. I'm not that large anymore.
Hello,
losing weight
Bert.
every day.
On the phone in 10 minutes will be the ultimate Elvis, Justin Shandor, to talk about his gig. I believe it's tonight. I believe he's going to the Vegas room with Gabriella Versace. I believe he's with him. Yeah, I think so. I got it right here. I'll check it in just a minute. Also on the phone, the heir to the throne, Lou Gazzara. He'll be calling us about 25 minutes after the hour. 35 of the producer and star of the new movie release, Stealing Chaplin, Mr. Ken Bressers. And he'll be here to tell us about the movie that's going to be released in Vegas in theaters, Tom, Tuesday.
Cool.
So it's very cool. But first, our mission here and our shout-outs, the mission at the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, is to encourage, motivate, support, and promote local entertainers, singers, musicians, comedians, magicians, dancers, tribute artists, everybody on stage and backstage, front of the house, back of the house, doesn't matter. Showrooms, lounges, dinner clubs, nightclubs, show bars, and all other venues who feature live entertainment. We're here to support those people and find them work, and that's why Sally is here today to tell us about a fund that's coming very soon. Not yet, Sally, not yet. But first, my shout-outs. Let's get them out there. Tammy Morelli, she's down in Palm Springs right now, my honey, and I hope she's listening or watching it on Facebook Live. Hi, sweetheart. David Arciero is on his way to Cambodia finally. Congratulations, David. Get out of the country. He's got his vaccine passport, but he's going out of the country to Southeast Asia, so you probably need one to get into that country. Janet Conway up in New Jersey, another Jersey girl, Rose.
Oh.
Janet Conway, she's Gene Ferrari's promotion manager. And Gene Ferrari lives in Florida. He's in Fort Myers. So that's Janet. Hey, Janet, how you doing? Marty Carmo and Jerry Walker up in Reno, my two pals. They always listen to the show. We always like to say hello to Barbara Brighton. Hey, Barbara. Everybody say hello to Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Barbara's in your show.
She is.
So is Lou.
Yeah.
That coming up pretty soon. Also, Teresa Mala and her the Crooners show that she's doing coming up next week. We'll be talking to her. Or the week after, we'll be talking to her. John Scaglione, who moved to Costa Rica. Let's all visit John. I hope your house is big enough down there, Johnny. To the IAC, the Italian-American Club, we love you guys. Ben Spano, Jimmy Gerard, Angelo Casaro, and Janine Pritchard. So thank you so much for keeping the vibe alive big time. And Rob Garrett, too, at Chianti. He's got a good lineup tonight at Chianti, and I'll take a look and see what it is here in a minute. Evan Davis, he's out listening tonight. He's got his thing going, and I'll be reading off his email that he sends to everybody about who is appearing everywhere, and he was on just a few weeks ago. To our buddy Tiffany T., we welcome you back to the show soon, whenever you're ready. Tommy, Ronka, and Janie in Naples, Florida. Hey, Tommy and Janie, how are you tonight? We want you to get a hold of Gene Ferrari. And maybe you guys are close to each other, 40 minutes away. Maybe you can hook up, have lunch, and talk about music. And who knows? You never know, something might happen. A spark. Cody Letourneau, one of the best bartenders in town, now selling air conditioning services. Neil Portnoy. We love Neil. You were on the show today, Rose.
Yeah, he was cool.
And he's an amazing artist. I bet you're next in the Portnoy Gallery.
I am.
I think it's coming up, huh?
Yep.
Well, I can't wait to see that. I got to get that coffee cup. Sally, you're already with Neil, right?
Yeah, he Portnoyed both Ned and myself.
Both of you.
About a year ago.
Yeah. Bert, you've been in Portnoy yet?
I have not. I did my own. I do, because I'm an artist, too, so on my website I have my own cartoon.
Your own little thing that you do?
But I want one from him, because his are way better than mine.
Oh, he's fantastic. He is totally fantastic. Hello, Neil. Hello to Aaron Phillips, who you were on with as well. And I always say hello to Norm Miller. He's in the studio right now, so we're good with that. Pete Giammaria in his RV cruising around the Southwest, seeing what's new. Hello, Peter. What's happening? Also, hello to the Vegas Room. And tonight at the Vegas Room is Gabriella. I had it right. Let's see. Gabriella Versace, along with Justin Shandor. He's going to be calling here in just a few minutes. Also at this Fox's Smokehouse. I don't even know who these people are. Hey, you got to give me a call, Evan, and tell me who everybody is. Anyway, there's a lot of great, great talent out there tonight. But I've got a show full of people, and I don't want to waste a lot of time talking about where everybody is, but we'll get to it. Hello to the Piazza, to the Vegas Room, to the Chianti, the Mosaic, the Bella Vita, Prosecco, Skyline on Boulder, Capos, Siena. Notoriety downtown with a great acts are down there all the time, and Clint Holmes is one of the residences down there. Alexis Park, a lot of friends out there. Pete Housley, Comedy and More, Salud Mexican Restaurant, the Bootlegger, and what's that place down in Palm Springs, Rose, that Mark worked at recently? What was the name of that place?
Oh, he will be working there. It's called,
not yet. That's right.
Right. Well, he'll be doing a show at the American Legion, as well as Chef George Picasso Lounge.
And you just did something down there recently, haven't you?
In
the Palm Desert?
Well, before COVID, yeah.
Before COVID.
Oh, we did the Performing Arts Center.
Everything kind of stopped with
unfortunately.
COVID. It sure did. We're going to take a break, come back, and start talking to everybody. You ready to go? Let's take a break right now. And who's up? Thomas Rhett. And here's Thomas Rhett's song, Vacation.
My girl is rocking that Billabong bikini like she's sponsored. Asking me if I can rub that copper tone on her. Got a couple bucks, but I'm spending them like they pesos. Might be Motel 6, but it feels like Turks and Caicos. Put a little liquor in my coconut water. Party all day like you're at your alma mater. Put a little liquor in my coconut water. The ice is starting melting cause it's always getting hotter. Singing, hey, let's party like we on vacation. Hey, let's party like we on vacation.
It's Trump versus Biden and the swing states like Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Wisconsin, and others.
Attention! Recent studies have linked the commercial herbicide Paraquat with a significant increase in Parkinson's disease. If you or a loved one were exposed to Gramoxone or any other Paraquat-containing herbicides at work or on a farm and then developed Parkinson's disease, you may be entitled to financial compensation, and you have the right to take action. Call the Miller Firm today toll-free for a free consultation at 800-230-9444. That's 800-230-9444. Non-attorney spokesperson.
There's no other place.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. And just to go back to what I was saying earlier, at the Italian American Club tonight, Lonnie Counts, Genevieve. At the El Cortez tonight, Michael Ross Nugent. He's terrific if you haven't seen him yet. Randy Anderson at Ichabod's. And let's see who else is out there. I'm looking through everything right now. Marty Mancuso is playing tomorrow afternoon at Bella Vita. Munzo Pizza, Laura Schaefer. They're terrific pizza place, and Laura is terrific. Those are some of the shows going on. The Man and His Music, Mike Vidal is in town. Nicholas Cole, we like Nicholas. He's playing at the Italian American Club on Sunday, May 2nd. Justin Shandor at the Italian American Club tomorrow on May 2nd. That's what he's coming in to talk about, that one. He's got a big show at the Italian American Club, and so on. We're back. And with us right now from the Metropolitan Opera.
Yes.
Along with many other things. Jazz diva, great, now opera great, now jazz great. We're going to get the slogans right, Norm? Opera great, now jazz great, Miss Rose Kingsley. Hi, Rose.
Hello, darling.
How are you today?
We are good. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for having me.
Okay, also with us, Sally Olson. Hey, Sally, you'll be talking about your thing. Bert Lynch will be over there in just a minute, and Tom on the Oscars. But let's go back to Rose. You had a good show today on the...
it was cool.
The twin brothers from different mothers.
They are funny.
Well, you have a lot of good stories.
Yeah, I had more, but we had to do the Las Vegas quiz show for after.
I know that took a long time. It was a
yeah,
long bit.
That was 15 minutes.
Let me drag that out in case we go short tonight. We'll do a
I
Las
failed.
Vegas
Don't
quiz
worry,
show.
I failed.
You failed.
I failed.
Nah, you didn't fail. You didn't say anything. You just let it roll. I was answering the questions.
Yes, you answered all those questions.
No, I missed two.
We were impressed, I tell you.
That just shows you how long I've been in town. I'm an old guy. You have a show coming up in July.
I do.
Give us a rundown
It's
on
called The Great American Songbook. The reason being, it all started because of my great musical director, Bobby Corwin, who was a legend in the Great American Songbook. He was Johnny Mercer's son-in-law and part of the Mercer family for 20 years. He played for Johnny, and he played for Peggy Lee and Carmen McRae and Anita O'Day, and he's amazing at 87 years old, and they don't make him like Bobby anymore. So anyway, we're going to be doing the Great American Songbook, and I'm sure a lot of Mercer songs like Autumn Leaves, Old Black Magic, One for My Baby. They're all there, and I think you're going to love them.
And it's at the Summerlin Library Theater for the Performing Arts.
I love it there. It's a great intimate audience. It's got 300 people, and it's cool. Really, really nice.
We're going to sell some seats, huh?
We are.
How do I buy seats?
How do we buy? Okay, you can go on rosekingsley.com. Mm-hmm. Or if you're lucky, you can call 760-636-0008, and I might get you a little song when you call.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky.
Will they get you on the phone?
Right. Now, if they get Norm, he'll
hang up. He won't hang up on
No,
him.
he won't sing.
No, you don't sing, do you, Norm? No, all right. That's your job, right?
He could, though. He could. Yeah.
So we're going to love that show. It's going to be a great show.
It's really going to be fabulous.
Well,
I've done it in New York. I've done it at Birdland. I've done it at Feinstein's and Catalina Jazz Club.
But if this show's a big hit, I hope the next one that you do, which is coming up in September, is it?
Yes. September the
which is
7th.
Called the Diva and the Astronaut.
And the Astronaut.
Well, we're going to come back and ask you about that here in just a bit. Okay. But first, I want to go over to Sally here and give Sally a chance to plug why she's here. And on top of the fact that your Carpenters show is just taken off, Sally.
Yeah,
and you're everywhere. But I want to ask you about the RV you just bought.
Oh, yeah, the RV.
The RV.
Yeah, we've been pretty busy between that and our other projects.
Do you need that RV?
We do.
Or is it just for Lola?
Well, no, she loves it.
Lola the dog, by the way.
She's kind of the queen of the RV at this point.
Well, she even got a picture of herself on the outside of it. You got a Lola sticker on the RV, and it's bigger than your Carpenters Tribute Show sticker. Well maybe not, but...
We have two Carpenters tributes. There's one on each side, and one's a little smaller just because of
what are you going to do with
that? With the RV.
Besides, living it down by the river someday.
Right.
Well,
we'd like to get out of town and do some traveling, and Ned had this fantastic idea of why don't we get an RV? And there's this thing that we found about called harvest hosts. So you don't have to go and camp in regular campsites. There are different participating wineries and museums and orchards, all kinds of stuff like that. What other organic farms where you can bring your RV and camp, and there might just be one other RV there. They only probably allow 2 at a time, and all you have to do is at least spend at least $20 at the participating establishment.
Well, that save you some money, Sally. As far as when you're out doing your shows. Most of the time, they arrange for where you're supposed to be staying when you go do a show out of town. That's part of the writer, where you have to have transportation and all that. Yeah. But if you don't, would you stay in the RV? Are you going to do that?
I think so, especially for shows that are close enough, maybe like in Southern California or in Arizona. We'll take the RV and in our band and just head on the road.
You put the whole band in there?
Yeah.
It's going to be cozy.
Yeah. Well, cozy. I mean, not to sleep, of course.
No. I wasn't implying that.
That'd be a little crowded, but it has plenty of space. It has tons of storage. So.
By the way, we're all on Facebook Live right now. On my page, you can see it. If you want to hear the audio that you're not hearing, the radio station's audio, then you simply go to 670kmzq.com. Go right there, hit listen, and you'll hear what we're saying as well as see it. through the microphones. Give us a plug. Let's talk about this show that's coming up for you, a fundraiser for out-of-work performers at Stoney's Rockin' Country.
Sure. So we've been really busy organizing this great event along with James Kelly of Quirky Minds Media and All Aspects Radio Network. And the idea was to put together a wonderful night of entertainment to benefit Las Vegas performers who have been out of work, and also to benefit the Composers Showcase of Las Vegas, because they have an entertainment community relief fund, and both Ned and I were really grateful to be recipients of that grant a year ago. So this is our way of giving back to the Composers Showcase and also trying to help out some of our other fellow entertainers.
Who's going to be there?
We have, first of all, we have Ninon Diva Rose, she's going to be doing the red carpet.
We all love Ninon.
Yeah, we love
Good choice. They've been on Ninon shows,
I've been
yes?
on Ninon shows.
Oh,
She's
absolutely,
wonderful.
yeah.
So she'll be
good choice.
Mm-hmm, she'll be the red carpet host. We have Robbie Howard, who's an amazing impersonator. He does about 100 voices, and of course he does a wonderful Frank Sinatra. And he's going to be our MC for the evening. Ned and I will be doing our Carpenters tribute concert towards the end of the evening.
When you say the whole show, or just a piece of it, a snippet?
The bulk of the show, but we won't be doing my drum feature or the Herb Alpert Tijuana brass opener just for time constraints. Because we have about 12 other performers, and each of them will be doing about a 10-minute set. And so we have Kent Foote of the Las Vegas Goodfellas, and we have a pop singer, Ruth Areen Umali. She's pretty new on the scene. I haven't met her yet, but it sounds like she's been doing a lot of great work here in Las Vegas. And of course, Lou Gazzara.
We love Lou.
Wonderful crooner, American Idol finalist. Also, Allison Ward. She's a headliner, and she's a host of her own talk show called Out and About with Allie. And she's also been in the national tour for the ABBA-Mania tribute. We have Gary Anthony, of course, who does Frank Sinatra.
We're going to play
tribute.
his song at 6:30.
Oh, yeah.
His latest release.
I saw his post about that.
We're going to play that after today.
Let's see who else. Coming in from all the way from Orlando, we have Michelle Jones, and she's a violinist, but her moniker is a vinyl-linist because it's electric violin. That's really unique. Yeah. We also have Chad Collins, who does a Luke Bryan tribute. Does an amazing job.
Barbara Brighton, don't forget Barbara.
Yep, she's next here on the list. We got Barbara Brighton, and she's going to be doing some stand-up comedy as Joan Rivers, of course. We have Dennis DeSachmo Keating, who does a Louis Armstrong tribute. Another new up-and-coming pop singer in town, Chris Ivan, and his partner and co-writer, Joe Lujan. And then last but not least, we have John Anthony, who does his amazing Rod Stewart tribute.
He's very good at that.
We also, during the reception, the event starts at 5 p.m., and so for that first hour, it's a reception.
It's 5 till 10?
5 till 10. Yeah.
Why so long?
Because the first hour is there will be a reception, and we have some taiko drummers who will be playing Korobo Taiko. And so the first hour is that, and then the red carpet, and then everybody does their 10-minute slot. We also have a silent auction. We have catered food, and there's going to be raffle tickets.
All right.
So there's a lot going on.
Well, we're going to play you sing right now. We're going to go to break. I'm going to come back, and we're going to find out about astronauts and talk to Bert a little bit and listen to some more music from Rose and some others that we have going here. But we'll be right back. Here's you singing Close to You as Karen Carpenter.
Every time you are near, just like me, they long to be close to you. Just like me, they long to be close to you.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt, and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
There's no other place like Las Vegas to see.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. Rose, we're going to cue up one of your songs here. We're going to play it for both sides now. I have it in there. And we're going to come back and play that and talk about the astronaut thing, another show coming. But first, I want to go to Bert just for a couple of minutes because he hasn't had any mic time yet.
How you doing, buddy?
Bert Lynch. Bert Lynch. I hired Bert Lynch to be at the Sahara Hotel back in the late 20s.
Yeah.
07, 06, when was it? 06, 07?
06.
06, when we tagged him the world's largest one-man band. Just a little tag I gave him.
Cool.
But he was appearing in the Casbar Lounge.
That's right.
And I had Bert in there to, we had the monorail working at the time that ran between the hotels. And we had a monorail station at the Sahara Hotel, which let out everybody as they're heading down to the stratosphere. So they all would go through the hotel, out the front door. So the Casbar Lounge was right by the walkway where all that took place. So I said, you know what, and it had curtains. I got to open the curtains, get a guy like Bert. He does everybody. Elvis. Who all the acts that you do? You do Elvis, you do...
I do about 35 voices in the show,
right.
Singing voices. Elvis, Buddy Holly, Bruce Springsteen,
Yeah.
Garth Brooks, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Johnny Cash, Louis Armstrong. It goes on and on.
This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon show now because we had nighttime shows that were a little bit different. And I figured that if we got a guy in there singing away and doing his Elvis stuff, because a lot of people, we all think Elvis tribute artists there's too many of them, or they're passe. Never. The people from out of the city come to Vegas to see an Elvis. That's just part of the bit.
Yep.
So I put Elvis in the lounge at 2 in the afternoon at the Sahara, and we stopped people in their tracks. And 180 seats, and we filled them up every time.
Every day.
Every
It
day.
was so much fun.
So I put some money in the can there because they were heading down to the other hotel to spend it.
Yep.
But Bert, you've had some health issues. Let's come back to that in a little bit because I want to play some music. But you're on the mend now, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've got a comeback going?
6 months out.
You're the comeback kid this time.
Getting ready to launch all together again.
You got some shows lined up?
Going to Branson on July 4th. I did your July 4th show last year here.
Mhm.
It was your first show back after
First
the
show
shutdown.
back, that's right.
And this year I'm going to be in Branson for the whole weekend with a huge show. There's going to be about 6,000 people there. It's Doug Billings is a talk show host on the internet, and he booked me for that. And so yeah, that's going to be July 4th. Looks like that's my launch day.
Okay.
And then coming back here to do the strip again.
Okay. Lou's on the phone right this minute. Hey, Lou.
How are you?
How you doing, Lou? Give us a quick plug. What's happening real fast? And say hello to Rose and Sally and Bert and Tom and Norm.
Hello.
And Jim.
What's up, man?
Well, it's great to be here. I'm actually getting dressed right now. I'm getting ready to hang out at the Italian American Club tonight, go and sing a couple songs over there and promote my upcoming show May 30th, Memorial Day weekend, over at the Italian American Club, which will be a beautiful dinner and big celebration with music and all the favorites that everybody loves.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great, Lou. We're going to have you back live in person pretty soon here. And
That sounds good.
We look forward to your show. It's a ways away, but listen, make plans now.
Absolutely.
Well, they're selling out pretty quickly. As you know, seating is expanding, but
Right.
these rooms aren't really meant to hold too many to begin with.
Well, I get a kick. Everybody's 100%. Wow, 80%. We can't. A lot of these places are lucky to get 80%. They shouldn't be complaining about it. That's a pretty good crowd. It really is.
It's always a nice time over there. We're going to have live music. It'll be fun.
And no one's going to count heads anyway. If it's 80%, it might as well be 100.
That's right.
Will you be there, Ron?
What's that?
Will you be there?
Where?
It's an American club.
Tonight? No.
No, May
At your
30th.
show? Yes.
That sounds good.
And then we're all going to be at Rose's show on the 10th of July.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey, Lou, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Rose, you have a show called The Diva and the Astronaut.
I do.
You had a friendship relationship for a long time with astronaut Alan Shepard.
I did.
So I want to know, you told me about something that went on the moon that you know about that the rest of us might not know.
I know a
when
lot.
Alan Shepard walked on the moon.
I do, but if you want to
You
find
can't say
out,
it, huh?
you need to come and see the show.
Uh-huh.
You do. And the other thing is, like, all my life in the music business, being a diva, first a ballerina, then an opera singer. Of course, now I'm doing the Great American Songbook and jazz. I always had an interest in space. And at one point in my life, I had to decide whether I wanted to continue my music or become an astrophysicist. And, of course, my music won out. But when I was...
by the way, we're glad that the music went out. We never would have known you or your talent if you became an astrophysicist.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Good choice.
But when I was performing with the Houston Grand Opera in Houston, a friend of mine was a flight surgeon, and he knew my love and my interest in space. And he said to me, how would you like to put your money where your mouth is? And I said, excuse me. And he said, yeah, I just thought about that.
Where is this going?
Yeah. I never thought that way. But anyway, so he said, at the time they were picking civilians to fly in the shuttle. And he said, how would you like to come over and start training with the guys and gals? And when we pick the first artist to go in the shuttle, you will be it. And I couldn't believe. I said, are you kidding? He said, no. So I went over to NASA when I wasn't singing with the Houston Grand Opera. And I started training with the guys. And I got to train in the shuttle simulator. I got to even fly in the KC 135s that make you nauseous and weightless at the same time.
So you had to do that part where you went weightless because they go
Yes.
up and they make a big, huge
They
dive.
do, parabolas, and they
Yeah.
go 40 parabolas, and then you
Oh,
just
you know
float.
more about it than I do.
Yeah, and it was exciting. And
I've been to a few dives, but I've never been in them.
Most of those were my gigs.
Yeah, they're your jobs, yeah.
But then, unfortunately, the Challenger incident occurred, and all
that was the
civilians
end
were
of that.
scrapped. But yes, I had a wonderful relationship.
How many civilians were going to go up on that flight?
Well, Jake Garn went. He was a senator. Of course, Kristen McAuliffe.
Uh-huh.
They had a teacher.
Huh?
They had a teacher.
Huh?
And then they were going to pick people like botanists and people in various fields, but they had to train for
How
this.
did you get involved with NASA and all that? Because of your friendship with...
Oh, no, it actually had nothing to do with Alan Shepard. As a matter of fact, when I told...
This is before that.
It was
Or after.
just
Yeah,
a
the shelter-
little,
the-
maybe around the same time, but
Yeah.
Alan had nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, when I told Alan that I was selected, he just laughed.
Yeah.
And he said, I can't wait to see you in the Vomit Bomber, which is which is the KC-135s, as they called it. But I had always an interest in space, and even as a little girl, I mean, my mother always said that I would probably dance on the moon. And she was almost right. But I've got my name in for going to Mars.
You ready?
Really, I'm ready to go.
What is the show about?
The show is
How do you
basically-
mix the music and the story?
Okay, the show is memoirs of my life, starting from the time I was a little girl, how I got involved in dance and ballet, and went on to dance with American Ballet Theater, and then with the Metropolitan Opera Ballet Company, and then went on to Juilliard, and then came back to the Metropolitan Opera as a major artist 10 years later. And that's all in there, with songs that represent each of the careers I've had, as well as when I met Alan Shepard, who was my idol when I was 9 years old. And we say fairy tales can come true, because my fairy tale did. Because who knew the feelings I had for him as a hero? He had the same feelings for me, and it went on for 14 years. And it also parallels how it was not a Me Too relationship, because even though Alan had flown and been the first American in space and the fifth to walk on the moon, my career in the opera world was rising, and his was kind of staying where it was. And it parallels.
About what year are we in right now?
Oh, let's see. I met Alan in 1984, and we had a relationship until he passed away in 1998. So every song represents what happened in my life professionally as well as with Alan, and also the stories that I had been told to really what happened on the moon. So you're going to have to come and see this show.
Do you reveal what happened on the moon?
I do. You do.
You don't. You won't tell us now.
No, I can't.
Got to go to the show.
Yes, you have to come to the show. It will be, I believe, is Norm. Is it September 7th?
25th.
Okay, see, I don't know.
At the same place at the Summerlin Library?
Yes.
Yeah, Summerlin.
Yes, and I have to tell you, we debuted the show right before COVID, and everyone who knew and would come to my show said, this show, Rose, is absolutely amazing. They sat for 2 hours. Some people didn't even move. They didn't even flinch.
You show video of the astronauts, of the rocket ships.
I do. Yes, there are videos of Alan. There are videos of me singing at the Met. There are videos of me singing for the 30th anniversary for Alan Shepard in Washington, D.C. And it's really, it's fascinating. You will be riveted, I promise you.
I'm going to listen to a song from a guest we had last week.
Oh.
Mr. Gary Anthony.
Okay.
I want you to hear that, but when we come back from that, I want to play some of your music. But I also want to talk a little further about the transition from opera to jazz, which is quite a leap.
Yeah.
Quite a leap.
Yeah,
but right now, I promised our friend Gary Anthony his brand new song, which is on Reverb Nation. And last time we looked, it moved up as far as singer-songwriters to number 2. On Reverb Nation, and also doing well nationally, and regionally, I believe it's in the number 30 or a little better than that, but every day it's better and better. Here's Gary Anthony. Here you go, buddy. This is After Today.
After today, I'll call you just a friend. After today, my heart will have to mend. Though you can say the love we shared is through, I'll always have the moments that we knew. After today, I'll pass you on the street, nod my hellos, but never stop my feet. My heart may ache, but honey, that's all right. I'll keep this ache in my heart out of sight. Each time I hear the tunes we love so well, your face before me I see. I was the one who really tripped and fell. You were the one who went free. After today, I'll never take a chance. I won't be fooled with any new romance. Though you may find a life with someone new, after today I'll still belong to you.
That's a beautiful job by Gary Anthony,
gorgeous.
isn't it?
Wonderful.
And it's moving up the charts.
Very good.
You have any music on Reverb Nation, Sally?
Not yet, but Ned and I mean, we've been so busy with all of our show-related projects.
Your dog, your RV, and
but we did
fundraisers.
actually, 2 years ago, we recorded a song, and we're going to be working on this album. And once we get more of it done, we're going to start releasing singles. Yeah.
Let's go back and talk to Rose here for a second. I want to play some of your music, but first, The transition from opera to jazz. Why did you do it, and how difficult was it?
Well, when you're trained classically and operatically, I mean, you can sing anything usually from the phone book, Do I change my technique when I sing jazz or pop? No. I use the same technique. And I think that I did a few shows with Vic Damone many years ago. And Vic was also classically trained. And he said the same thing. I mean, Vic, I consider myself the female Vic Damone only because we have the same. We were both operatically trained, and he sang correctly. He sang with support. He sang, with an open throat, and it was. Do I change my technique? No. What I do change is the fact that when you sing opera, everything has to be precise. You don't change Verdi. You don't change Puccini. If it's a dotted eighth note, it's a dotted eighth note. If it's a dotted quarter note, it's a dotted quarter note, the way they wrote it. But what I love doing about the genre I'm doing now is I can take my liberties and express myself as a great actress, and because you are an actress in the world of opera.
Certainly.
And I put it into the way I phrase. I make it my own. And it's great to do that, Well,
I've been watching your videos.
Yes.
And the transition is very seamless from opera to jazz, but what you don't do in the jazz, you don't do the the big give me one of them, the big voice.
You have possibility. I'm impressed.
No.
Yeah, I think you have possibility.
Not at 78 years old.
No, you never know.
I got a possibility to make it tomorrow, maybe. That's about it.
But I've been excited. I was so excited because right before COVID, I got the opportunity to now become recorded at Capitol Records.
And you've got that back. They've contacted
you. Yes,
and
they want me back at Capitol. And I'm not sure what we're going to do. We may do a tribute to the Bergmans.
Well, that'd be terrific.
Alan and
that'd be terrific.
Marilyn. So I'm excited about that.
On the phone right now. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. The phone right now is Ken Bressers. Hey, Ken.
Hello, Ron.
There you go. Where you at? Where you calling from, Ken?
Right now I'm in Wisconsin, heading out your way probably in a week or so.
Ken is the star and producer of the movie Stealing Chaplin, which opens... Wow. When does that open here in town, Ken?
Well, it's going to be opening... we had our premiere in November.
Right, I remember that.
At the Sun Coast. And we're really excited because it's finally going to go pay-per-view and everything. Dish TV, Direct TV, your cable network, Cox, and as well as Amazon Prime, iTunes, and plus the DVDs are out on Amazon or Best Buy, or Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and... as you know, we shot the entire movie in Las Vegas using a whole bunch of fabulous, talented Las Vegas local actors. And we're really excited.
Including Wayne Newton, Kat Newton, and Lauren Newton. All three of them in the movie. Great. The Newton family. They're all in the movie.
Exactly. Lauren, Kat, and Wayne are all in the movie.
You bet.
Nicest people you ever want to meet.
Well, I appreciate the call in. I've got a jam-packed room tonight, and I got to play some more music. I thank you very much. Now, you're coming in for an opening or for the debut in all these stores. What's that about?
We're going to be doing a little tour. Doing that. It's going to be coming out on Tuesday.
There you go. That's what I was trying to get to.
Make sure everybody takes a look at it.
On Tuesday, I can go to Amazon and get it, or can I go to Walmart and get it on Tuesday, maybe?
You get online.
Online, okay.
Online.
I want to see the movie. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate you making the call in. You took your time, and I really appreciate that. Give me a buzz when you get to town next week, all right? Say hello to Simon.
Will do. Thanks, Ron.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. We're going to break and be right back with everybody.
Rows and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all.
At Lerner & Rowe, we know that car wrecks don't take the weekends off, and neither do we. If you've been hurt in a car wreck over the weekend, you don't have to wait until Monday to get the help you need. We have people standing by right now, ready to take your call, ready to give you free advice, ready to help you get the medical attention you need. You don't have to wait until Monday to call an attorney. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe. We are the 24/7 injury attorneys, and we're available to get the help you need right now.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook, managing attorney.
This time next week, I'll be sick in bed with West Nile virus, thanks to a mosquito bite right in front of my house.
In 8 minutes, my daughter will be in an ambulance, having an asthma attack, triggered by cockroaches.
I'm going to be bitten by a tick today. I won't even know it until Lyme disease turns my life upside down.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association and the CDC.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show with Tom Hillary, Bert Lynch, Sally Olson, and the Vegas' newest diva right here in the studio, Miss Rose Kingsley. Tom.
Yes.
Did you watch the Academy Awards?
I just got back from the loneliest place in America, Ron.
Where's that?
An Oscar viewing party.
An Oscar viewing party.
That was bad.
Why did they do it in a bus station? What's that all about?
Well, that way we can throw all those homeless people out of the way. Just to prove that we don't really have a heart.
Was it a train station, wasn't it?
The Union Station.
Union Station.
Yeah, I thought that was
interesting set.
D.C., but...
So what is your opinion? Last week you said a few things about the Oscars.
Yeah, well,
now you watched it a little bit. You may have been the only one.
Just about, yeah.
So what did you think?
What do I think? Well, there's this old expression called show business,
Yeah.
and I think everybody in there has figured that business part. Okay, so you're trying to sell things to people. Now, I even put out this ominous Facebook post a couple of weeks in advance, and I said, I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I'm not going to watch what you think I'm supposed to watch. They weren't listening to me, Ron. Look what happened.
Well, you know what?
Let that be a warning to everybody out there, by the way.
The difference is this. They had 25 million viewers last year, and they had 12 million viewers this time.
No, less than 10 million.
Less than 10 million.
They lost.
But that's still 10 million. I mean, you can't say nobody watched it.
No. You've got to understand. Last year, they had their all-time lowest audience to that date. This year, they went down 56%. Now, if you do some simple math, we're out of business next year.
Well, if the ratings drive the show,
yeah.
But the fact is that still, let's say 9 million people, a little bigger than my audience tonight. By the way, 9 million. Not much.
We're getting there.
Not much. Yeah, not much. A little bit bigger.
My Facebook following.
That's right.
Now.
Bert's got 9 million nurses that are filing lawsuits against him for the time he spent in the hospital.
Just the nurses alone.
Yeah. Get sick again, Bert. We need the help here.
So you didn't think? So you weren't impressed?
No, I wasn't impressed at all. You're here to entertain. If we want your political opinions, we'll ask for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we go to be entertained to get away from it.
Well, that's
we don't
the
want
most
serious and heavy.
That's
And that's what they're doing wrong.
That's the only woke show that put me to sleep.
Nicely said.
You know, I think that's the way it worked out.
Well, here's the part I really enjoyed. One of the guys who did a Black Panther movie was raised in Scarsdale, New York. Okay, Scarsdale, New York, last time I checked, is the richest town in the whole country.
It is?
Yeah, the richest town. Like, what do you know
Scarsdale
about urban poverty and crime, buddy?
I thought Great Neck was the richest.
Talking close enough, okay?
You know, hey.
He is speaking of something he knows nothing about, and that, unfortunately, has become the problem.
So you give it a thumbs down.
I don't want to put the thumb up anywhere, right? However, I'm here to help. I will tell you what I did the next day. I got on the phone with a local distributor out here, Stuart, and said, Stuart, this is a problem. I want to help. Get an Oscar winner in a Vegas movie. I will put a lot of money into it. So that's how I'm helping to try to turn this around. But obviously, he's not going to give a political diatribe.
All right, so I can't wait for the next Academy Awards. We'll hear from you again in about a year.
If they're still doing it, yeah.
As soon as I get you a microphone back. What do you think of the Academy Awards, Rose?
I didn't watch it this year.
You
No.
didn't. Did you
I'm
watch
sorry.
it, Sally?
No, too busy working
Did you
on
watch
this
it, Bert?
fundraiser.
I did not.
Did you, Norm? No. Jim?
No.
No.
Oh, there we go. Did
I
you?
had to.
Just me. Well, he had to. He had to because he needed to report on it. Yes, I watched it for a few minutes.
Was it because of the dresses?
I like to watch the dresses.
I knew it.
I like to watch the red carpet.
Sense that, yeah.
But I think the best part of the Oscars was Tyler Perry's speech.
Amen.
That was I don't know you want to call that political, but it was
Amen.
about everybody. It was all inclusive, and it was the best speech, and that should be the position that they take. What he said. He said it. You know, we're going to take a break right now, and why don't we play a Bert's song going into the break? This is the last break. When we come back, we got the rest of the show. Okay, here's Bert's song. What's it called, Bert?
Raise Up Old Glory.
We're going to play a couple of minutes. Bert Lynch, back in show business.
We take the tired, we take the poor, but abusing Old Glory, we won't take anymore. Tattered and torn, rain-soaked and warm, ain't never seen battle, but it looks like it's been through a war. Raise up, Old Glory, and long may she wait. Take pride in your country, all the way to your grave. Stand up, America, I'm talking to you, to the daughters and sons of the fathers who fought for the red, white, and blue.
Does applying for a mortgage feel like a chore? Call 529-2444. At GFL Capital, we'll open the door. Call 529-2444. GFL Capital Mortgage, licensed by the Division of Mortgage Lending, NV license MB4265, NMLS 64367.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Same great shows, new times. Wake up with Mike Gallagher weekday mornings from 6 to 9. Heidi Harris from 9 to noon. It's Charlie Kirk from noon to 3. AM 670 KMZQ. Talk radio done right.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host at 670 AM KMZQ. Just one more word about Bert. Bert, from Venice, Florida, are you?
That's where I went to high school, yeah.
Venice High School in Florida. You're a singer, musician, actor, comedian, songwriter, lead vocalist of the U.S. Air Force Band.
Yes, sir.
You have appeared at New York, the Sahara, Mirage, Paris, the Flamingo, the Hilton, Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur, Golden Nugget, and more. You've been in 3 movies.
Yes, sir.
And you also had a nightclub called Norma Jean's.
I did. That was here in Vegas. Yep.
See that? So therefore, I wanted to get that out there for you. All right. Let's go back to Sally. Sally, tell us one more time, and then we're going to close out the show with
Sure.
Rose.
So once again, we're doing this fantastic fundraiser event for Out of Work Las Vegas performers and also to benefit the Composer Showcase of Las Vegas. It's Wednesday, May 5th at Stoney's Rockin' Country in Town Square. It starts, or the doors open at 5 o'clock with a red carpet and reception, and then performers start at 6. And it should go until about 10 p.m. For tickets, you should go to stoney'srockincountry.com. We are encouraging everybody to purchase tickets in advance, although they will be available at the door. Also, we have sponsorship packages.
Well, how do they donate?
Oh, so for the sponsorship packages and to donate.
No, just to send money.
Yeah.
Send money. I want to send $25. How do I do that?
Well, there's you can go to allaspectsradionetwork.com, and there's a donate button right on that website.
What is it again?
Allaspectsnetwork.com.
Radio.com.
Radio.
Do the $25 tickets go towards the fund?
Yes.
Okay. And how many seats are in there? How many tickets do you think you're going to...
Well,
it's a big place.
Normally it holds around 1,000 seats, I think. So
Oh, my
right
word.
now it's half capacity. Although actually it'll
80%.
be 80. Oh, right today.
Today?
Right, yeah.
80%.
Yeah, 80%.
Like I said, they'd love to do 80% every single day. That'd be nice. But there's going to be a pent-up demand. There's going to be a lot of business out there for the next few weeks. So once again, it's Wednesday,
May 5th. Doors open at 5 p.m.
When do you go on? What time?
We will go on with our Carpenters tribute show at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.? So what starts at 5? Who's first up? Who are we going to see if we go early?
Well, 5 p.m. If you go when the doors open, you'll see the Korobo Taiko Drummers group, and then of course Ninan will
What
be
is
doing.
that? What are the Carbo Taiko? What is that?
It's a Japanese style of,
really?
of drumming. And so
All right.
they've got a great group here. And actually, I think the performers that they're bringing in are some of their younger members, as young as 9 years old.
And they perform here in town someplace?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
haven't heard of them.
I hadn't until recently.
So we got to get there at 5 to see that.
Yeah.
And so you start the show, or is it going to be acts all the way up to when you come out?
There's going to be acts all the way up to...
And then are you the last act, or there's more after you?
We're the last act.
Okay.
So you've got to stay...
2 hours
to,
with you?
Later on
okay.
to see our Carpenters tribute. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sally.
Thank
After
you.
this, where you going to be?
After this, we're going to be at Sanders Winery in Pahrump
I like that
on Memorial Day weekend, so May 29th. Yep.
Thank you, Sal. Appreciate. Remember, come by anytime you need to promote something. That's why we're here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, Rose.
You know,
My darling.
Darling, did I tell you that I composed an opera?
No.
I composed an opera called Apollo 14, a space opera. It was written about actually the mission of Apollo 14, who landed on the moon. And it was debuted at the New York City Opera in New York to rave reviews. And I composed that with David Meckler, who was a PhD in actually astrophysics as well as opera composition.
Now, when it comes to opera, you have to be more than just an opera singer.
Oh, definitely.
Instead of just singing opera songs, I mean doing an
no,
opera play, an actual...
An opera, it takes a long time because... it's like having a pie, an apple pie, and a pie, and you need to have all those pieces. You cannot have one piece missing. You have to be a great musician. You have to be able to read music, preferably play the piano, because that was a prerequisite at Juilliard. And you also have to be a great actor or an actor. You also need to have the voice. And you need to have the great perseverance to say, it's going to be me.
I'm getting like Tom. I'm banging the microphone around here. I'm sorry, Tom. I want to be like you.
Yeah, and you also need to speak about 3 or 4 languages and know what you're singing about.
So, what languages do you prefer? I thought opera is always in Italian.
No,
Am I wrong?
No, it's in French, German, Czech, Russian.
I wonder how it would sound in Hebrew. How would that sound? You'd have
I've
to have a lot of in there, right? You got to have a lot of...
I know. But you not only have to learn to phonetically speak them correctly. At Juilliard, I had 4 language courses. Actually, they wound up being 8 language courses a week because you not only had to know how to sing them, but you needed to know what you're singing about.
Well, rabbis sing in Hebrew all the time.
Yeah, they know, though. They
so
know.
It's certainly a possibility.
Actually, you know what you're saying is true because Richard Tucker and Robert Merrill, who were the great baritone and tenor of the Metropolitan Opera, they were both cantors.
Really?
Oh, definitely. As a matter of fact, Richard Tucker used to say that he enjoyed his real love was being a cantor.
Cantor is like a rabbi? It's similar? Or?
Yeah, yes. He can do a lot of the ceremonies as a rabbi, but they also get to sing. I mean, and it has to be classically trained. You sing.
So when you were doing opera, you actually were an actress as well.
Oh, it's part of it. I mean, you're telling
a play.
Story. It's and the passion. I mean, you have to feel the passion in the soul, and it's tough. And opera is probably the most complete form of theater because you have to sing, you have to move, you have symphony, you have chorus, and you have voice. So it's, as I said, I have said many times, I think Richard Gere said this in Pretty Woman. He said, if you go to the opera and you like it, well, it probably won't become part of your soul unless you really love it. And you see Julia Roberts in the movie, and tears are coming down her face. And he looks at her, and he knows she's got it.
Man, my entire experience at the opera is Godfather 3. That would be it. That's what I know. I watched Godfather 3, and that's it.
But opera is part of your soul. And when you understand it, and you some people say, "Oh, it's in another language," but when you go to a major opera house today, everything is surtitles, and you see, and then you understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it will always be my passion. And I put that Rose is a passionate lady, and she puts the passion from opera into everything I do and sing and dance.
July 10th at the Summerlin
Yes.
Theater for the Performing Arts, the library out there. We're going to have the show. It's going to be a great show. It
is. And we'll have a trio.
Great American Songbook.
We're going to have a trio, and we have Bobby Corwin, who's coming in from Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear a lot of the songs that I did at Capitol
Once
Records.
again, how do you get tickets?
rosekingsley.com, and you can go listen to a little bit of what I do on my website. And also, remember this number, 760.
Will you answer the phone?
Maybe. Oh, boy. 636-0008. It's 760-636-0008.
Bert.
Yes, sir.
One more time on what's upcoming for you, and real quickly, you came out of a real serious health situation. I've got about 2 minutes.
April of last year, was diagnosed with stage 4 throat and neck cancer, and they said I had less than a year to live. They cut me from here all the way to there, so it looks like my head got cut off. And the doctors saved me. They put me in there, and they gave me 2 options. They said chemo radiation, but you're never going to sing again.
Oh.
Because the radiation was going to be right on my throat. And I said, that's not an option. And they said, well, you may not sing again after the surgery, but at least we can try. So after the surgery, it's 6 months now. I go for my 6-month checkup.
But
on
you've
Monday.
sung. You've been singing.
I'm singing my back to normal
Back
again.
to normal again.
Got my voice back, thank God.
All right. Well, thanks for cheering us up a little bit there. I
Pleasure.
appreciate that. And, the good news is that you are on a comeback.
I am. And
that's the good news.
And my song "Raise Up Old Glory" is getting national play
was
now.
a great shot. The Rose loved it.
Thank you.
Oh,
loved it. Sally, you liked that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tom, you liked it. Yeah. Tom says, was that music? He doesn't know.
Well, can I add to that? And I say this every day. I said, I thank the Lord for the gift I get, and you all should thank the Lord for the gift you
Absolutely.
get. Yeah, and what He's done for you.
Oh, that if it weren't for prayer and the people around me.
You had somebody set up a GoFundMe for you.
Unbelievable.
And you raised how much?
Well, for about a year, from April.
You're going to get people asking you for a loan now.
It's
90. I got to run to close the show out. But you raised $96,000.
Brad Barton raised that.
Raised that.
Yeah, he mentioned me in his show, and the next day there was about $85,000.
I'd rather not have the money than have to go through what you did in order to raise it.
I wouldn't want to go through this again.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't.
Thank you, Bert.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Tom.
God bless
Thank you,
you.
Bert. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
We'll be seeing you again. We'll be hearing from you next week.
I'll be around.
And thank you all for listening to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. As always, our mission is to get all local Las Vegas entertainers back to work as soon as possible. Give them a wonderful place to talk about their upcoming shows, a platform, just like we're doing tonight. Las Vegas is making a strong comeback. It's the new Vegas. New shows, new productions, new producers, a lot of new things. Hopefully we'll get going again like we used to. The one problem we're having is there's nobody to go to work anymore. Everybody's split town or found other jobs. So if you're looking for a job, all the hotels are hiring. Get out there and make something happen. Once again, thank you to Jim Dallas in studio, Tammy Morelli at home, Tiffany T, she was here at the beginning of the show. We love you for that. And the tip of the hat to Las Vegas Entertainment Ambassador, Mr. Tony Sacca. Yes, Tony, Las Vegas still rocks and always will. Good night, everybody, and thank you for listening to the show.
Vegas nights, hold my hand as we walk under the lights. Vegas nights, I'll always remember the love that we shared. Vegas nights.